So basically, it's a government-imposed price control on how low the price can be in the market. And as Brandon said, it's found in Module 8 along with the price ceilings. So why are there such things as price floors? Like I said, they prevent the prices from being too low. Two modern examples are found in agriculture and minimum wage. In agriculture, it protects the farmers because it keeps the supply up above a certain amount, so the demand can't be too high. So it protects the farmers from having shortages with their crops, and I'll talk more about that later in the presentation. And then for minimum wage, it just keeps the wage for workers at a certain level, so the employers can't lower it too much. So some important keys. For a price floor to be effective, it must be above the equilibrium price. And like I said before, minimum wage laws are a perfect example of price floor. With price floors, there's always excess demand or a supply shortage, and that's usually when price floors are, sorry, with excess demand or supply shortage, that's when the price floors are implicated. So as you can see by the graph, this red line is a perfect example for price floor because there's excess supply and a demand shortage. If there was too much demand and not enough supply, there would need to be a price floor implicated for this situation, because if you look at agriculture for an example, if the demand is right here but the supply of the crops is right here, the farmers are going to have a shortage and the consumers won't be able to get anything. So what they do is they take the equilibrium price and they draw a line above the equilibrium price, and then the price floor has the supply over the demand, so then the consumers have a higher price, so they won't want to get as much of the product, and that'll allow the farmers, for example, to have more product or crops for a longer time. So in order for it to work, the quantity of demand and quantity of supply must be equal. So we're going to do a practice. We're going to focus mainly on questions C and D. I don't know if you can read it, so I'll read it for you. So we'll start with question C. If instead the government imposes a price ceiling at $12, is there a shortage, a surplus, or neither? Adam? Neither. There would be a shortage. So if it's at 12, it would be right here. So that means that there would be more demand than there is supply, because if the price floor is right here, the point of demand is right here, the point of supply is right here, so then there'd be a shortage in supply.
But wouldn't it, since it's below equilibrium, you just say?
No, because if it's at 12, it isn't effective because it's below the equilibrium price. It would be a shortage because it's to protect supply. So if the demand is here and supply is here with the price floor, then there'd be a shortage in supply. And then D, if instead the government restricts the market up.
Did you say, so C says there wasn't a price ceiling, and then you change it to price floor. Are you asking about a price ceiling or a price floor?
Oh shoot. I mean B. Yeah, oh sorry, I meant B. That's why I was confused. Okay, so if the government puts the price floor at $16, is there a shortage, a surplus, or neither? So through that.
And Adam, which one were you answering?
I was answering B.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my bad, Adam. So if it's at 16, then yes, you're correct, my bad. So then,
All right, so does everybody understand? So Adam, you said B is what's the correct answer?
Neither.
yeah,
Because why?
It's below equilibrium, so it'll just stay at equilibrium.
Right.
yes, that's my bad, I just got
Okay.
confused on that. Adam was right, so at $16, a price floor would be neither, because there would be a shortage or surplus, because the equilibrium price is at $20, $16 is below $20, so it wouldn't be effective.
Okay.
Thank you, sorry. Does anyone have questions after I confused all of you?
Can you just go back?